Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome back to Shady Gorge Park. Okie dokie, so it's been a few weeks since the last episode I posted about Shady Gorge, and we've had, I think, 2 streams now since the last episode. So we're gonna take a look at everything we've done, and you'll see there's actually quite a big difference here. So first and foremost, you probably noticed we have a new roller coaster, which is this dive coaster right here. And this little spot right here I felt like was a good area to have a roller coaster. And plus it'd be cool, like, as your guest, you're walking in, so you're trying to get guest level here. About right here, like you walk in and it's like kind of the first thing you see off to the right. And then you walk over and you see, you're like, whoa, that looks cool, look at that thing. The other thing we did is, you'll remember we had the river rapids ride. So we did this pyramid here, or pyramid temple thing, whatever you want to call it. So it kind of rides up, goes back over here, it's nice, and then you're on the ride, come up here, and then it's like, whoa, splash down, splash. Exactly like that. But yeah, so the previous stream, like 2 streams ago, we pretty much did this temple here, this pyramid. And it, because there's a lot of detail, it took, probably the entire stream to do. So this previous stream, the most recent one, which, by the way, I should mention, if you're not following me over on my Twitch channel, you should definitely do that, because this park, I'm only updating this park during live streams. So, if you want to participate and, kind of provide your input on, where we should go with the park and all that stuff, be sure to follow me over on Twitch. My Twitch link is always down below in the description. But yeah, so the previous stream was very much focused on pre-planning and just kind of getting like bigger picture of the park. And so yeah, that's pretty much what we did. I did the roller coaster, we brought the path out here, and I can't remember if I mentioned it all in one of the previous videos, but I wanted to do like a kind of river boat adventure kind of ride. So that's what we have here. We have our little boat ride, and this is technically a transport ride, but we're just gonna use it as a river boat ride. And all of this over time, we're gonna fill it out with trees. We're gonna add, because it is it's a pretty slow ride, we're gonna add some triggered events and animatronics and things like that, just to make the ride seem more interesting for our guests. And I wanted to kind of keep with the water theme. So originally, as we were doing this during the stream, I only had this section here, and I was like, you know what, let's bring the river out further through the park, just to have a little bit more variety with the terrain. We did this little middle section here, I raised it up. We're gonna sculpt it out better, and we're gonna use rocks and trees and make it look really good. We have the second stop for our Iron Horse, which is our train transportation ride here. So it's actually, I guess it'd be technically the last stop, because it actually comes out this way. It doesn't go this way. But what I did here is, this is not going to be like the final layout. I just wanted to connect the track together so it would be a complete circuit. That way we can at least test it, and if we decide to open the park, we can at least open it up, and guests, will ride it, and they'll take them around over there if we want to do that. So yeah, and then the same thing over here, raised up the terrain. We're going to use rocks and trees to sculpt it out, make it look really, really cool. And yeah, that's for the most part what we did. The other thing, you know, as far as kind of pre-planning, I want to have another big coaster back kind of in this corner. I think this would be a good spot for it. I'm kind of thinking maybe like a wooden roller coaster. I'm kind of debating that right now because technically the Temple of Doom roller coaster, which is this bad boy under this mountain, is a wooden roller coaster. Like you can see it here. There it is. There's the part of it. So, you know, I was like, well, since you don't really see the Temple of Doom unless you're riding it, since it's, you know, underground, it would be okay to do another wooden coaster. You know, because plus they look really cool, just having like the cool classic coaster, wooden coaster, kind of sitting off in the distance. But I don't know. We'll see kind of how it goes. You know, obviously, like I said, this is all stuff that will be covered and figured out during my live streams. But I like the layout that we got so far. I also think it was a good idea to kind of do some pre-planning, since it is going to be, you know, a really large park. I think it will help us to be able to visualize how it's going to look as we're, you know, kind of as we're just building everything. You know, because the first 3 videos I did for you guys, we only covered this little bit of the main street, right? So I showed off the entrance building, and then these 2 buildings, and the Rocktopus ride, and the queue for the Rocktopus ride. We had the layout for the river rapids, but I didn't have that. So, you know, it takes a lot of time to do the detailing and all that stuff. And I don't know, I just felt like it would be better for us to kind of have an idea of where the park is going to go and what it's going to look like as we're going on, so we can, you know, we can work on all the detailing as we go. But, you know, it'll help us. I think it'll help us. I think it'll be cool, and I'm really super excited to kind of get, you know, see how it's all gonna look. I don't know why, like, I'm really excited to work on this little island right here. I think this will be a really neat section of the park. It'll just, you know, it'll look cool. And then, you know, I don't know, we could, if we really wanted, we could have another ride back here, another roller coaster. I wasn't planning on anything. Like, this would probably just be, we'll probably raise up the terrain here as well, and then just, you know, add the trees and rocks and make it look kind of like a little mountainous hill kind of thing. But we could also put a ride back here. So I don't know. We have a lot of we have a lot of landscape to work with. So, you know, there's things we can do. The other thing, you know, kind of talking about the water and everything, I don't remember if I mentioned in the last video, but I'm gonna kind of, because this park is gonna be separated into 2 halves basically, just because we have the path that goes up the Temple of Doom, it kind of splits it in 2, right? So we have this half, and then we have this half, which we haven't done anything with yet. So I'm kind of thinking this half of the park is going to be very, like, water focused. So we're going to use a lot of water scenery and theming. We're going to use like the waterfall effects, and it's, you know, it's going to be very green and lush. And then this half of the park, I think we're going to try to make it fire based, if that makes sense. So we're going to use a lot of the lava effects and fire, and maybe like the buildings and temples and things that we build will kind of appear more crumbled and like they're falling apart. You know, maybe there'll be a river of lava and there'll be buildings falling into it or something like that. I don't know, just kind of some ideas I'm tossing around, but I definitely think it would be cool to split them off like that. And yeah, so, you know, yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for this video. There's not, there's not a whole lot to look at because, like I said, we didn't do any detailing really. It was all a lot of pre-planning. I guess the biggest addition obviously is the roller coaster, which it's not a perfect layout, and I've said this many times over the course of my Planet Coaster videos that I've made. I'm not the best roller coaster designer, but it fits into this spot which I wanted, and it looks cool. Some things I could use from you guys though, as the viewers. I need some names. I'm always asking you guys for names ever since back my Let's Play series with Adventure Park. So I need a name for the roller coaster. I kind of threw these ideas out during the stream. I was like, we could call it like Curse of the Pharaoh, or Pharaoh's Tomb, or Scorpion something. And then same with the river rapids. We need a nice name for this, and maybe because it goes to this temple, we could give it some sort of temple-y kind of name. And let's see, and then sure, why not? Let's give me some name suggestions for our riverboat ride. And those are some things you can do as viewers and participate. Even if you miss the live stream, you can always leave your comments and suggestions and such in the comments here on YouTube, because I do read them, and I want to get those suggestions from you. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys are excited for this park, and I hope you're happy seeing that we did a lot of kind of planning out and kind of things where we're going to go with the park. And yeah, so be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And then also you hit that little bell icon. That way you get notified whenever I post new videos. So yeah, thanks so much. I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See ya.